Hello and welcome to Dabbling in Journals, and today's video is all about fountain pens and ink, so something different for a change. Now, the last time I shared my fountain pens with you, this was my collection. I had a fairly modest collection, and what I want to do today is show you some new pens that I've added to my collection and also some new inks, and we'll swatch them. I also have a Happy Mail unboxing I want to share with you because it's very relevant to this video. So let's get started. I'm using here my Meadowgate Traveller's Notebook in the pocket size, and this is the little notebook that I use for swatching my inks and trying out different pens and so on. So I will be using this, but I'll just pop it out of the way for now. So for any of you that didn't see my initial video on fountain pens, this was my collection. Let's just move them all around and I'll just quickly go through them. I've got a TWSBI Echo here in this lovely limited edition sort of transparent orange colour. I'm just trying to make them look all neat, look. I do love these little pens. So that was my TWSBI Eco. This one is a pen I don't recommend. It's from Otto, O-H-T-O. I have a lot of trouble with this pen, getting it to write. If you don't use it every day, it really struggles. And it's also really slippery to hold. So it's not my favourite, but it's so pretty that I keep it anyway to decorate my journal. And this is another slim pen which I bought to fit inside Traveller's Notebook pen loops, and I do really love this one. It's by Diplomat and the colourway is called Flame because it's been heated to give all these lovely flame colours, and I really like this little pen. Okay, and then I have my little Kaweco collection. I have them in the colour olive. I have the brass Kaweco, which is my favourite pen of all my pens and the one I use the most. This is in the colour Bordeaux. This is in the colour Macchiato, and this one is in the colour Fox. And I tend to choose the colours, obviously they're colours that I enjoy, and anybody who watches my channel will understand that I just really love all these autumnal and earthy colours. But I tend to choose them to match my notebooks. So for example, I purchased this one to go with this notebook, which is a Chic Sparrow folio in the colour March Hare from the Carol collection. I don't think this is available anymore. Really love that, and obviously it looks absolutely beautiful with this pen. Now the pen, I bought this one to go with a notebook which I have since given away on my channel, but it still looks, I think, really nice with this notebook. So it tends to live in this pen loop. And then I have this one which goes with this beautiful Meadowgate leather journal, which has sister on it because it was a gift from my sister, and that looks gorgeous. And I've got a pen loop to add to that. And I purchased the olive one to go with this beautiful, beautiful cover, which comes from Le Cow. And I've noticed he did close his shop, but people were so sad that he closed his shop that he's now opening it sort of for short periods every now and again. So you can get his beautiful notebooks again now, which is lovely. So that was my collection. And then I found this one. This is a Lamy Safari, and this is not a new pen to me. It's just one that I misplaced, so I didn't show it in my last fountain pen collection video. And at the moment I've got a new sketch ink which is by, oh, I don't know how you pronounce this, Rora, I'm going to write it on the screen, Rora and Klingner, I don't know, but it's a sketch ink, so it's a permanent ink, and this is in a black colour which is called Lottie. And what's really good about this ink is that it's apparently so finely ground, the pigment, that it works well in a fountain pen even though it's a permanent ink. So that's interesting, and I have it in here at the moment and I like it very much. So that's that one. And then I purchased, you wait till you see this one, I purchased this one. Oh my goodness, people, look at the bling. I was a little bit surprised when it came. Obviously I saw a picture of it, but the bling, wow. So I don't know if I'm a bling person, but I really like this pen. Look, it's got, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to try and zoom in. It's got a little dragon face on the clip, with two little red jewel eyes. And the reason I bought this is because it has a fude nib, which I hadn't tried before, and I wanted to try one, and this was really inexpensive, and so I thought, well, I'd give it a go and see what I think of this nib. So this is a nib, for those of you that don't know, where the angle of the nib is bent, and that can be, depending on the pen, there can be a sort of different amount that it's bent, which is measured in degrees. I don't know what this one is though, I don't think it's said. And I'm really enjoying that, so I'm going to show you that one shortly. And then, because I like that so much, I purchased another one, and this one isn't quite so bling. This one is obviously a transparent pen. I haven't inked it up or tried it yet, so we're going to do that today. And this also has a fude nib and was very inexpensive, so I'm really looking forward to adding that to my sketch kit that I shared in my last video. And then finally, my last new one to add to my collection is another little Kaweco pen. So let's open it up. And this is in the colour Mellow Blue. Look at this little beauty. Now, those of you that watch my channel will be able to guess, I'm sure, why I've purchased this one. It is to go with my blue traveller's notebook that Mel, my lovely friend Mel, gifted to me because I didn't have a blue in my collection. And I put this elastic on it. This elastic actually came with the olive traveller's notebook. It was the spare elastic that came with this one, and I thought it looked lovely on the blue. And then when I saw Kaweco had a pen this colour, Mellow Blue, and I was so pleased to see that I could match a pen to this little setup. So I'm really excited to ink this up with a new ink, which I will share with you, and then I will attach it somehow to this notebook with my new extra large pen loop from Leuchtturm. So before we go any further, I want to share with you a happy mail, which is relevant, and I will share the unboxing of this lovely, really surprising gift. And then once we've done that, we will come back and start swatching ink colours. Well, it's always so exciting to get a happy mail, and I have this from Joanne in New Zealand, and she sent me a great big box, and there's me trying to keep my happy mails all small and flat. And not that it helped that much, because when I took mine to the post office, they said even though they were small and flat, I still had to fill in all the customs paperwork. So I will be doing that this afternoon. I've got the forms. And oh, and luckily one of them is for Joanne. That would be bad, wouldn't it, if I'd missed her out. Oh my goodness, I want to save this sticker here, so I've put this piece of paper over my address, but I'm going to try and save that sticker if I can work out how to open this. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Oh, look at this lovely envelope. Oh, well, that's so cool. And in here, we have a letter for me. Oh, there's more than a letter. Let's pull that out. As well as my letter, I have, oh, stickers. Look how cute these are. Are they stickers? Or is it note paper? I'll have to open it to find out. Oh, I love the colours. Yes, they're stickers. Oh, look, they're little square ones. Oh, they're lovely. I really love the colours. And then these are stickers, and they're so cutesy. Oh, that's so cool. These will be perfect for when I'm journaling about my baby grandson. And I really love the orange and green colourway. And then we have some note paper too. I love how they're reading books. My grandson absolutely loves books. He's 15 months old now, and books are his favourite thing already. He's going to fit in well in our family. His granddad's very proud of him. as my partner Joanne, he absolutely loves books. We have so many books in our house. I'm surprised that the floor hasn't collapsed upstairs from all his books. So I'm going to look forward to using that. Oh, and I've got more. So let's take away the packing, but I'll keep that because it's a beautiful colour, right up my street. And then, oh, this is unusual. I'll be able to reuse this in a parcel. Oh my goodness, it's ink samples. Wow, that was brave to send ink samples from New Zealand. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, so we are going to need to obviously sample the ink samples. We've got a little bit of leakage in there, so what I'm going to do is take them out over a sink and wash them off. And I'm hoping that in her letter she'll tell us what inks these are. This is the first time I've ever been sent ink samples. Thank you so much, Joanne. I'm really excited to try these. Such a wonderful, wonderful surprise. Oh my goodness. So I will go off and sort out my inks and I will come back and I will sample them with you. I've managed to clean up the little files. They didn't leak outside of the plastic bags, which was lucky. And when I opened the letter from Joanne, I found a couple more goodies. There were these beautiful little delicate blue flowers, which I am going to have a long hard think about where I want to use those because they're beautiful. She also added these stickers, which are, it's not stickers, it's like a card, a joker card from a playing pack, and it's all covered in like little stamp images with things pertaining to New Zealand. So I absolutely love that, and that's going to be going in my journal, somewhere where I can keep it and it doesn't get put away. So I love that. And then last but not least, she included this sticker, as she knows that I have a trip to Paris booked, and this sticker is of the Basilique de Sacre something in Paris, and it is on my son's bucket list to visit. So I'm absolutely delighted to have a sticker that I will be able to use when I'm journaling about that part of my experience. So thank you so much, Joanne, for those little extra goodies. And now we are going to start swatching some inks. So the first thing I want to show you is the fude nib in my bling pen, I call it. It's probably got a proper name. I can't remember what it is. But anyway, my bling pen. And let's have a look at why I am enjoying this nib. Right. So, what's great about this nib is that you can get really wide, thick lines like this. And then if you angle it up, you can get thin lines. And if you turn it round, you can get really thin lines. So this is really cool if you're using fountain pen for sketching. So for example, I'll just show you quickly my one and only sketch I've done with it so far. Well, two. I did these sketches with this pen, and you can see how it gives this like lovely organic look. You can get the little thick bits and then thin lines, little thin lines and thicker bits, and you can colour with it like I've coloured in that at the bottom of the lamp. So yeah, that is a really fun pen. So I'm looking forward to doing more sketching with that. So that is the fude nib. And now let's have a look at some of the ink colours that I have to try. Now I tend to swatch my ink colours in this little tiny book. I am going to get a cloth so that I don't make a mess. Hopefully I'm already messy with ink, so we'll see. And I have purchased two new ink colours to try, so I'm going to swatch those first and then we will look at our little sample inks. So actually I've purchased three, but these are cartridges. So I've got Sailor 224 to go in my new little blue Kaweco. I'm hoping that it's a kind of bluey grey, a sort of colour that's going to go with this pen, but we'll see. And then I bought another bottle of sketch ink, but this is in a different colour, and this colour is called Lily, so we'll have a look and see what that's like. And then finally I purchased some diamine cartridges in the colour Golden Honey, and the inks that I've already got swatched in here, I've got Diamine Caramel Sparkle, which is absolutely gorgeous. The shimmer is really cool, and I've been writing with that quite a lot. Diamine Gingerbread, which is a sort of warm brown colour. Diamine Mistletoe, which is a real mistletoe type of green. This is my favourite, Herbin Ambre de Bermenie. The cartridges are pricey for cartridges, so I thought I would try this colour, Diamine's Golden Honey, to see whether or not it was similar. Then I've got Robert Oster Lipstick Red, which is in my Bordeaux Cueco. It's in this one, and as you can see, looks beautiful with it. I've got Sailor 273, which I have in this pen, and it matches it beautifully. See, I even like my pens to match my notebook and my ink to match my pen. I've got Sailor 370 in my Olive Cueco, and I think that is a really lovely match. And then I have Diamine Raw Sienna, but I don't have that in any pen inked up at the moment. That's similar to the gingerbread, but it's slightly different. Can't really see, can you? Oh yeah, like that. It's just slightly paler in hue. And then I've got Cueco Sunrise Orange, and that is in my Fox Cueco. And then I have my sketch ink, which you've just seen in my Bling pen. And so let's swatch out my new Sailor 224 and see what colour that is. I'm quite excited. Now, the stamp that I use for my swatches is this little beauty that my friend Louise over at Coffee Tea Paper hand carved for me. And I absolutely, completely, utterly can't emphasize enough how much I adore this stamp. I absolutely love it, and I think of her every time I use it. So I just stamp my little ink bottle. How gorgeous is that? I'm so spoiled by my friends. Now I've got this Sailor 224, and I don't know what it's like, so let's give it a try. First of all, I want to just grab some water, which I keep in this beautiful pot that my niece made. And I've got a little paintbrush so that I can wash my brush after I've swatched my ink. And let's see what colour this is. Ooh, the moment of truth. Have I chosen well? Ooh, I think I have chosen well. Wow, look at that colour. How gorgeous is that? It looks like it's got a little bit of blue, a little bit of green, a little bit of pink. It's a really multicoloured looking ink, which is really interesting. Just going to clean my brush off because I've got lots more to swatch. And now I just want to try it out. I suppose I could ink up the pen and try it in the pen. What did I put in here? Probably a broad nip. I usually buy a broad nip. Shall we ink it up? I did buy a converter for this pen and a clip. This is the first time I've bought a silver clip, but because the charm on my notebook is silver, I've got a little coffee cup because this is my coffee journal. I thought I would buy a silver clip. So let's pop that on. Have I got the right clip here? It just looks very small. Oh dear. Not sure if it was just tight or whether I've bought the wrong clip. But I've just stretched it open with some pliers just by putting them in and kind of like opening it up. So hopefully now it will fit on my pen. Do you know, I've definitely not got the right clip, have I? Because it's nowhere near fitting. Oh well, never mind. I don't need it immediately. I am silly. I might have bought the wrong thing. Let's ink up this pen. Okay, so I got in a right pickle there. I don't know if you could see in the speeded up bit, but I have forgotten that they put a cartridge in the bottom of the pen. So when I tried to put the converter in, all the ink squirted out everywhere. So look at me. Oh my goodness. There we go. It'll wear off in time. So I've got a big smudge in my little book, but hey ho, what does it matter? So I have here Sailor. Oh my goodness, I love this colour. And the number is 224. And I chose this colour having watched some sort of YouTube video swatching, because the colour on the bottle looks as if it's kind of purple, which is fair enough because it definitely has pinks and purples and such like in. But when you write with it, it looks like the colour of my pen, or it certainly goes with the colour of my pen. So I am really happy with that kind of very muted bluey grey colour. Right, so there's number one, and I'm already in a mess. Let's see how we get on with the next one. Oh gosh, I do love having a little bit of messy fun. So the next one to ink up is my new Fude pen, and I'm going to put my new Sketching, which is another waterproof ink. Shake well before use, it says. Don't let your fountain pen dry out. Okay. So let's see how this one looks. What a shame about my little book, never mind. It shows the true nature of ink. It's a messy old business. Just going to stamp my little ink bottle. And let's see how much mess I get in with this one. Right, I've put some ink in my pen. It's not completely full, but there's enough in there for me to have a look at it. And let's have a little look at the colour. Ooh. Oh, I really like that. So this is like a really greenish brown colour. And this colour is Lily, and it is this really lovely, cool, greeny brown colour, which I think will be really nice for doing urban sketching. So let's just have a little play with it in a book, because I haven't tried this pen before and I just want to have a little go with the nib. So let's go on this page. This is Clairefontaine paper, by the way, in just a cheap little notebook. So that looks like the thick line, and then I can have a thinner line or a thinner line, and a really thin line if you turn the pen round. So if you're sketching, you can get a variety of different line widths if you want to like cross hatch delicately or something like that. Well, I'm really going to have fun playing with that pen. So excited about that. Slightly worried, obviously the build quality doesn't seem fantastic because it was a very inexpensive pen. A little bit worried about it leaking. I might keep it in a plastic bag, I don't know, because I don't seem to be doing too well when it comes to leaking and things at the moment. Look at me. Right, and now for the exciting part. I am going to try out the new inks that Joanne sent to me, and which were a surprise because of the leakage. She's very carefully labelled each of the little sample files, but they've all gone brown from where one of them leaked. So I don't actually know what any of these inks are. So it's going to be really fun trying them, and then you guys, you can help me out if you recognise any of these inks. Let me know what they are. Or perhaps Joanne will be able to remember, though I know if it was me, I wouldn't probably be able to remember what I'd sent. So let's see. And I am going to stamp my little ink bottle. Oh, this is so much fun because I've got no, I think this is the culprit. This is the culprit that leaked everywhere. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh wow, how can it can't have been that one that leaked? I don't know. Wow, look at that. Absolutely brilliant purple. Now I'm going to try it out with my dip pen. This is a glass dip pen. And I will call it Mystery Ink 1. Wow, look at that. That is now dry. Anybody know what that beautiful purple colour is called? Do let me know. Let's try the next one. Oh, and there's 4 more. So much fun. I'm getting ink everywhere, even from the stamp pad. I think I just put my thumb in it. Oh my goodness. Wow. That is like a, what colour would you call that? That's like a yellow green, like azo yellow in watercolour. I had no idea you could get an ink that colour. I keep putting the lids back on and forgetting I want to write with it. So that is our Mystery Ink 2. Oh, I love that. So when you actually write with it, it looks like a really light coloured olivey green, earthy green. It's Mystery Ink 2. Right, next one, 3 to go. I'm going to be so sad when this is over. Yeah, oh, like a, wow, that is like a magenta red. That reminds me of my Daniel Smith paint that Suzanne gave me, which is called Quinacridone Rose. A beautiful rosy red. And that is my Mystery Ink 3. And this one has some absolutely beautiful sparkle in it. It's got like a gold sparkle in it. Now, I think this would be absolutely gorgeous in my Bordeaux Kaweco. I've currently got the, let's see if I can find it, the Robert Oster Lipstick Red, which is a good match for it, to be sure. But this one is a really exciting colour. Not as safe as one I've got in. I really like that. I do love these inks that shimmer. Right. Ooh. And that is a really cool, almost jadey green. That is a lovely Christmassy colour, I think. Right, and we've got the last one. Ah, this might be the leaky one because it did look like a brown one. Lovely. Ooh. And that one, when you write with it, certainly with a fine nib like on this glass pen, looks really, really dark, which is interesting. So apart from squirting ink all over myself, at least I haven't spilt a whole bottle on my desk. So I consider that successful. So the very last ink I'm going to swatch today is this one, which has come in cartridge form in the colour Golden Honey. So I'm going to pop that into a pen. And this pen currently has no cartridge. I think, clean it. Let's hope I did a good job, or we won't get a true colour. Well, we'll get a true colour from the swatch. Squeeze a little bit out of the cartridge. Ooh, now that looks very much like my favourite Ambre de Bermenet. We'll wait and see when it's dried. It looks a little bit paler actually. Interesting. And this is Diamine. Golden Honey. Oh, I'm really pleased with that. I love the colour, because when I'm using lightweight or extra lightweight paper in my traveller's notebooks, I like to have a pale ink so that it doesn't go through too badly. And this is Tomoe River paper, and you can see it doesn't really go through compared to a dark ink and a lighter ink. You see the dark ink on that page and then the lighter ink on this page. And I really love the colour of that. So I hope you enjoyed seeing my updated fountain pen collection, and I hope you enjoyed seeing some of the new colours of inks that I use. Let me know what's your favourite pen and which is your favourite ink, and I will be in a future video setting up this little blue traveller's notebook with my blue pen and doing a spread. I will also be doing a spread in my memory keeping journal commemorating that beautiful happy mail that I shared with you today. So Joanne, look out for that in a future video. Thank you very much to Joanne for the lovely gift, and thank you to all of you for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.